Hi everyone, I'm back with another video. This time we're going to be doing a tag video. This tag is called a Colourist's first adult colouring tag, and this was created by Jojo's Colouring Nook, and I was ever so kindly tagged by Ashley over at Ashley's Colouring Creations. I will leave both those links below in the description for you, so you can go check out their channels and also their tag videos. There are 10 questions plus a bonus question, and it's all about your firsts as an adult colourer. So I figured I would colour in this whilst I'm recording this video, because I'm currently doing a page in here somewhere. There we go. I've no idea what this is yet. I have a clue as to what it might be, but yeah, we'll just do a bit more colouring of it and see what happens whilst I answer these questions. So without further ado, question 1. What was the first colouring book you bought when you started adult colouring? Now, I started quite a few years ago with adult colouring, probably, oh gosh, you know when the big adult colouring craze first kicked off, when Millie Marotta came out and Johanna Basford's first book came out. That's when I first started adult colouring. I've always enjoyed colouring since I was a little girl. My parents would take me on holiday, and they knew that if they just bought me a £1 colouring book and a £1 pack of pens, that would be me set for the rest of the holiday without any problems whatsoever. So the first book that I think I bought was Millie Marotta's Animal Kingdom. Now this is my fiance's copy because we both bought the same book at the same time. And mine's at my parents' house. I forgot to bring it home. But yeah, pretty much like my hubby, my colouring used to be like that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But yeah, I'd like to say I think I've progressed since those early stages. But this was the first book that I bought, and I've seen some absolutely beautiful pages done with these books, but I just can't get over the fact that not every little segment has to be coloured in. You can colour it like in one colour and shade it and everything. One of these days I will tackle one of these and revisit my first colouring book that I bought. Other than that, I think Animorphia was probably another first, and you can see if I flip to this page my colouring in the background here. So I never finished this page, but yeah, this was another first, I think, back in the day. So that was question 1. Question 2 is, what was the first supply that I bought? I had Crayola pencils. I think we started off with those way back in the day when we bought our Millie Marotta books. And obviously a pencil sharpener, you know, bog standard supplies. But then my first, like, proper supplies, I guess, was the Faber-Castell Classic pencils, and they're still available now. You get 60 in a pack, and yeah, I am intending on recording a video, a colour along using those pencils, so do be sure to watch that when it comes out on my channel. because even though they're not like artist quality, but you can still do some really good results with them. They blend nicely, etc. So the next question is the first non-budget friendly set of coloured pencils that I bought. Non-budget friendly. That depends on everyone's budgets, like Ashley said in her video. Excuse me moving this book around like crazy. See, I would say Artesas, but I bought those via ClearPay, which made it budget friendly, because with like direct from Artesas website, you can buy anything off of there and pay in fortnightly installments, which for us made it budget friendly because we get money going every 2 weeks. So it just sort of worked out for us. But the thing, like the pencils that I brought that weren't on any kind of payment plan were my Polychromos. I think I bought the 36 set, if I'm right, and then bought the others via open stock. So that way I could make it more budget friendly, but I had a good selection of basic colours to start off with, if you get me. So yeah, I guess my Polychromos. Before that, actually, I did buy the 72 set of Prismacolors, which were around £50. But a couple of years later, when I realised that everyone was raving about Prismacolors, and yet here I was not being able to get on with them or get the results that everyone else was getting, I realised mine were actually fake. So I messaged Amazon and got a full refund, and also told them to remove them off of their site. So yeah, that's my first non-budget friendly colouring pencils that I bought. Question 4 is the first hardback book that I bought, and that has to be Hannah Carlson's Magical Dawn. I can see most sort of people's answers for the first hardback book they bought would possibly be a Hannah Carlson, because sadly there aren't that many people that do publish hardback books, which is a shame because they're my favourite kind out of any. But yep, Hannah Carlson's Magical Dawn was the first hardback book that I bought. Question 5, who was my first buddy colour with? I was thinking about this when Ashley answered her question last night, because she said me, that I was her first buddy colour, and I think that she might have been mine, because before I set up my buddy Colourists group, I put a post up on Facebook in my local area asking if people enjoyed adult colouring and wanted to meet up on like a weekly, monthly basis, whatever, and all get together and colour. And that was where I met Ashley. And yeah, she used to come to where I live with a couple of other people, and we would all sit and colour together on a Saturday. Of course, that was pre-COVID, and now we can't do that because the building that I live in is for people, like it's a sheltered accommodation basically for elderly people that have dementia or just, you know, retiring here kind of thing. But my partner managed to move in here about 6 years ago or something because of his job. So yeah, I just moved in here with him and we've been here ever since. It's not much, but it's home. But yeah, so I think my first buddy colour must have been with Ashley too. No, question 6. The first colourtube channel you started watching. This was a tough one because my memory is quite poor anyway. But I think it must have been either Julie's passion for colouring or maybe Kate's Colouring Haven. Trying to think of some others that I used to watch back in the day. I mean, I still watch Kate and Julie now. I absolutely love their videos. I can't say I was ever one for watching sort of more tutorial type videos. I was more about just wanting to watch people colour. But yeah, I may have watched Colour and Chat with Sammy a couple of times, but I'm not sure if she was a first or not. I think it was Julie's passion for colouring and Kate's Colouring Haven. Question 7. What was the first page that you coloured? Now, I'm not sure if this means the first page that I put pencil to or the first page that I fully completed. If it's the first page that I put pencil to, that was the Millie Marotta book that I showed you. If my voice sounds really croaky, guys, I do apologise. I've just had to send off for a home testing kit for COVID because last night I was very wheezy, struggling to catch my breath, and you can probably hear it in my voice now. I'm quite croaky and keep having to stop to clear my throat, and I'm struggling to breathe a bit, but it's all good. The first full page that I coloured, I have absolutely no idea whatsoever because I have so many books here. It may have been a page in my La Bestiaire Extraordinaire because that was another early book that I got when I lived in France. I also had the Frozen edition of the Colourists book, the hardback one that I bought in France, so it could have also been in there. Question 8. What was your first portrait picture that you coloured? Portrait. These are some tough questions, Jojo. Depends whether you mean like cutesy or realistic. Cutesy would have been a Jade Summer probably. That's mainly what I coloured in back in the day and still enjoy some of them now. But the first person I coloured was probably from a Jade Summer book. Question 9. What was the first grayscale picture I coloured? So the first one was probably from Light and Dark Fantasy because I'm not a huge lover of grayscale and try not to own many grayscale books. So I guess this may count for the first portrait I did as well. This is from Light and Dark Fantasy and was coloured January of this year. I don't think I'd coloured any grayscale up until this point, because I literally just am a line art person. I think I've literally just done 1 or 2 pages in this book since I had it. It is on my pile to see if it gets picked on my Halloween wheel. There you go, there's another one I did. That was in February. But yeah, it's on my Halloween pile to see if it gets picked for this Halloween hashtag that I'm doing. But yeah, that is that one. Question 10. What was your first ever completed colouring book? I have yet to finish a colouring book. Myself and Ashley were going to attempt to finish Adorable Owls by Jade Summer by the end of the year, but it's unlikely that that's going to happen. I'm still going to, attempt to finish that book and see how far I get, because even if I don't complete it this year, I'll still be colouring pages towards completing it, maybe at the early start of next year. So that would be a nice achievement to accomplish at the start of a new year. Question 11, this is the bonus question. What was the first colouring tag that you participated in? So I have been tagged a couple of times and have written those tags down to do, but this is actually the first tag that I've got around to filming first. And yeah, that is it. This is the first tag that I got around to recording, but I do have a little book with all of the videos that I need to record. It's just being able to record them whilst my partner's at work, because they keep giving him early morning shifts, which means he's back home before I even have a chance to wake up in the mornings. So unless I turf him into the bedroom, which I may do if my voice allows, I'll turf him into the bedroom one night and I'll hopefully get some of those videos recorded for you guys. But yeah, like I said, this tag was created by Jojo's Colouring Nook, and I was tagged by Ashley from Ashley's Colouring Creations. The people that I would like to tag, I will also leave their channel links below, is Kate from Kate's Colouring Haven, and who else shall I tag? Who else shall we tag? There's so many people that I watch on YouTube, it's hard to pick. Let's go for Danibuttons. I'd like to tag Danibuttons. So if you're watching this, I hope to see your tags soon, guys. No pressure or anything. Whenever you're ready. And I would like to thank Ashley for tagging me in this and Jojo for creating it. And until my next video, guys, happy colouring. Stay safe.